Hello, everybody. My name is Shaz. I hope you're doing amazing today. We are going to talk about something that is essential to your business. Like you cannot run your business if you don't have a framework like this set up, and that's the client success journey. How are you going to take your clients from their current situation, where they are, point A, to where you promise you will get them, point B, their ideal situation? When you bridge this gap and when you know every single step inside this gap, service delivery will become amazing, and thus client results will become amazing, and thus you can scale. All right, so this is sort of my process. Well, this is a dummy process I just made up. Mine is a little bit bigger that you could see right here, but we're going to go through step by step of how this works, how you can set this up for yourself. Because again, if you do not create a client success journey, you cannot scale because you cannot accurately and predictably get results for your clients, for your customers, for your agency, for your business, whatever company you run. You need something like this in place. It's very easy to set up, just requires some thought. So I'm going to basically go into what I've done. If you haven't seen the other video about the onboarding process, I do a similar walkthrough, 15 minutes of straight value there of how to create a $100,000 onboarding process. I highly recommend you check that out and join the family of over 1,000 people as we learn AI and automation to scale our business in 2024. And if you have any questions, just shoot me a DM at the Shazam over on Instagram. I would love to talk with you there and introduce yourself for sure. All right, so client success journey. Again, taking people from their current situation to their ideal situation. How do we do that? How is that done? So first, it starts with defining these two columns. So I'm sure you guys have a niche, and I'm going to make a video on offer soon. So if you want that, please pause the video and just comment offer down below, or even comment what your offer is down below, and I can help you work through this workflow right here. But eventually, again, we're taking people from their current situation to their ideal situation. And to do that, we have to define what that means. So this is an example for fitness owners. So you're a fitness person, you're a fitness trainer. Your ideal clients are they're not fit. All right. So this is an example. This is not what I do. We do data analytics and AI automation for a lot of companies. So that's mine. And I'm going to go over that in our private Facebook group. If you want to join that, it's the first link in the description. But say you're a trainer. So the current situation of your clients, one, they're not physically fit. Two, they're not watching what they eat. They're not counting their calories and stuff like that. They're exercising less than one time a week, so they're barely exercising, getting out. They have poor sleep habits, and they have mental depression from health, and they have lack of self-discipline. So this is the current situation. And again, feel free to get as detailed as possible. This is just an example to get your brain working. This is the current situation of your clients. All right. And we have to define their ideal situation. So again, people will pay you to get them from their current situation to their ideal situation. Don't make business too hard. If you're selling a service, if you're an agency, an AI automation agency, a SMMA, whatever it is, you're taking people from where they are to where they want to be, and the people will pay you to get them there. All right. Very simple. Now, ideal situation is they are now motivated to be healthy. Your clients are now motivated to be healthy. They now track their calories, their diets, and they meal prep. They get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. They go to the gym 3 times a week, every other day. And they just overall, they feel better mentally and physically. So if you could take people from here to here predictably, you could scale this process. Guys, you could onboard so many clients, you could just scale your company in a lot of ways. Because if you get here again, over and over and over, every single person you take through this funnel, if you get them from this current situation to this ideal situation, you have a business, you have something that works, and it's just about selling it, which we'll get into in another video, marketing and sales and stuff like that. But so now that we have the current and the ideal situation defined, what we have to do is drop the mechanisms of success. So how are we going to actually step by step take people through this process? All right. So I want you to start by just listing out the mechanisms of success here. All right. So we have 8 mechanisms of success here, and every single one has a purpose. So we have data, current habits, goals, lifestyle changes, discipline, and consistency, and check-ins. So in theory, if every single one of these were met, they will get their ideal situation. So if they started here and every single one of these was accomplished by them and by your company, they'll get to the ideal situation. Do you see how it's a step-by-step workflow? Like you cannot mess this up. And then eventually in the future, when we talk about delegation, we'll be giving this to a team member and they'll just do it for you. All right. So it's a scalable process. And then having this on paper, make sure you know every single step to get people from point A to point B, and then they pay you for that transformation, for that transition. All right. So let's get into each specific one. So first, again, we are a trainer here and our ideal clients are just not fit. They're not healthy. So first is the data. A successful client knows their data. A successful client can easily enter their data, and a successful client knows how important it is to make data-driven decisions. All right, so all these ones in blue here, these are what should happen. Like these are the client's goals. This is where you want to get them to. And to get them to this goal, the solution is in green. So your solution, you're going to be doing this to get them to here. All right, so this is just the way my brain works. If you want to set it up a different way, just let me know. But again, to get them the result, they need to know their current data. They need to be able to easily enter this data, and they need to be able to make data-driven decisions. So how do you get people to know their data? Boom, you're going to set them up a tracking sheet. Okay, how can they easily enter this data? You're going to set up automations for them to easily track this data. And then how are they going to understand how important it is to use data to make decisions? You're just going to have a case study. You're going to share that case study with them, or you're going to walk them through that case study, or send them a video, or hop on a call with them so they understand data-driven decisions. You see how we're working backwards here? We're going over in this one sort of vertical, in this one category here, the successful things that need to happen, and then how do we get people to those successes? All right, so we're just working backwards here. Same thing goes for current habits. So after you have the data, let's go over what their current habits are. So a successful client has to log their current habits, and they have to do this every single day. All right, so again, you could set up a tracking sheet, and then how would they do this every single day? You'll have a check-in mechanisms. You'll send them a Slack message every day. You'll send them some type of reminder to say, hey, did you track your current habits today? We need to see where you are. Then you go to their goals. A successful client that wants to be fit needs to know their goals. Well, how do we do that for them? Our solution is we'll set up a goal tracking sheet. So you see, guys, a lot of this stuff is pretty simple, but a lot of the people that come to us, a lot of the people don't have everything dialed in terms of the back end, the onboarding, the client delivery, the client success journey, all the stuff. It's just not written down. And what's not written down, you can't accurately and repeatedly do it every single time. If you can't do that, you can't scale your business. So it's very simple, but you just have to sit down and sort of write it out. And again, this is an example. It's much more in depth than this. I just showed you mine. It's very, very long, and it's very thorough because that's what it has to be. All right, another mechanism of success to get people from current situation to ideal situation is lifestyle changes. All right, so a successful client, they knows the steps to get to their desired goal, and they understand the process for achievement. Right, so how do we get these clients to know the steps to get to their desired goal? We'll write out these steps. We'll say, hey, if you accomplish, sleeping 7 hours a day, if you accomplish getting up at 8, lifting at 9, eating breakfast at 10, eating a low calorie breakfast at 11:30, whatever that is, guys. Again, I'm not a fitness person. Step by step, write all this stuff out so they know how to get to that desired state. And then they understand the process of achievement. Give another step-by-step guide that's more of a mental thing. Like, hey, it's going to be hard. You can't quit. We're going to be with you. We're going to give you support. Whatever that is, guys, you just have to make sure that you're logging this stuff and you're making it as easy as possible for them to succeed. All right, next one is discipline, consistency, check-ins, stuff like that. I didn't draw any of this stuff out because at this point you guys understand the gist of everything, and I don't want to make this overcomplicated or a yap, as people like to say. It's a very simple process. And again, in theory, and this is where you should get it, because if you get this down, and if you could get every single person through a framework, 7 steps, 8 steps, 9 steps, to get their ideal situation, to get to their ideal situation, you cannot lose. I mean, your business will take off because you could get accurate results predictably every single time. A lot of the service delivery issues that we see with our clients are that they're not confident in delivering the service because they don't know what's going on. They don't know if they could even get a result. All right. If you actually become confident in what you're selling and can get results, guys, the hardest part is accomplished, in my opinion. And then it's just selling those results, marketing those results, and stuff like that. So again, we're taking people from their current situation to their ideal situation. And these 3, 6, 7 steps will accomplish that. All right, so I really encourage you to sit down and draw this up for your own business. Start with getting this column down and this column down, seeing where they are to where you have to take them, and then decide every single step that has to happen. And then under each one of those steps, under each one of those little verticals, write down in detail what has to happen and what has to happen, like how you're going to get them to that point. All right, so I really hope that this makes sense. If you guys want a more in-depth breakdown, if you want me to fill out more of this example, please pause the video and comment. Again, mine is a little bit longer. There's a lot more stuff, and I'm still working on it as we go. And guys, by the way, this stuff is always changing, right? It's never going to be, you're going to draw it once and it's going to work. Once you actually do this for a client, you're going to see like, oh, the tracking sheet just doesn't work because they're not checking it. Okay, then we have to send them a Slack message every day. So you'll add, boom, send daily Slack message. All right. And then that's sort of how it goes. So always update this, always refer back to this. This is the $100,000 client success journey. Again, if you could lock in predictable and accurate results for your clients, you could scale your company and really nothing's stopping you from getting people from their current situation to their ideal situation. Okay. I think I've said that enough. I really want to hammer how important this is home in your head. So please set this up. I'm using Miro. I don't know if I can make a template out of this, but if I can, I'll send it over. It'll be in the description. If you have any other questions, let me know. If you have this dialed in already, I highly recommend you check out the $100,000 onboarding process, because once you sign this client, once you start working them through this 7-step journey, you want to get them on board as fast as possible. You want to start off on the right foot. And the $100,000 onboarding process is just how my company does it, and how your company could do it as well. If you have any questions, shoot me a DM on the Shaz M on Instagram, or join the free Facebook group where we're going over insane value. School community to come very, very soon. It's going to be some insane value in there. If you guys like this video, let me know. If you didn't, let me know. And have yourself an amazing day. Implement this to scale your company in 2024. Take care, guys.